Hello students, welcome to the next video which is unit number 2. Here unit number 2 is Fourier series and Fourier transform. In the first unit we have discussed various basic signals and various classifications on signals and what is the system and what kind of classifications are there and what about orthogonality of signals. Now we will discuss Fourier series and Fourier transforms here. And any signal is available in the time domain. As you know already, every signal is available in the time domain only. But it is more convenient, the analysis of the signals is more convenient if they are available in the frequency domain. For that purpose, few transformation techniques are available. They are Fourier series, Fourier transform, Laplace transforms and Z or Z transforms. In this unit, in the coming chapters we will discuss these Laplace transforms and Z transforms. Currently, we will discuss about Fourier series and Fourier transforms. These two are given by a French mathematician who is Jean-Baptiste Joseph Fourier in the period of 1768 to 1830. Fourier series and Fourier transform applications are given by him. Now, let us give me a statement for you, which is, read the statement carefully. Fourier series expansion is used for periodic signals. Remember this word, periodic signals, to expand them in terms of their harmonics. Remember this word also, which are sinusoidal and orthogonal to one another. Remember the three words from this statement. One is periodic and another one is harmonics and orthogonal. I told you to remember three words. One is periodic and another one is harmonic and other one is orthogonal. Now the Fourier series. First we will discuss about the Fourier series. Later we will discuss the Fourier transforms. In brief, Fourier series is applicable only to the periodic signals, as the periodic signal which may be in continuous time or in discrete time. Based on that, they are called as continuous time Fourier series and discrete time Fourier series. What is the use of obtaining this expansion means? For analysis purpose. Now you can ask me, we have Fourier series, why we moved to Fourier transforms? To understand this, focus on the statement which I have given you Concentrate on that. Then what about non-periodic signals? In the general real life, non-periodic signals are available. For the analysis of non-periodic signal, we needed some tool. Was given by the Fourier, that is Fourier transforms. And for Fourier transform also, signals will be continuous time in nature and discrete time nature. Based on that, continuous time Fourier transform and discrete time Fourier transforms. And these Fourier transform is only for non-periodic kind of signals. I hope you understood what is the exact difference between the Fourier series and Fourier transforms. Fourier series and Fourier transforms both are used for analysis purpose. And Fourier series is designed only for periodic signals and Fourier transform is for non-periodic signals. And I told you earlier, other transformation techniques like Laplace transform and Z transform. Laplace transform is only for continuous time signals, whereas Z transform is only for discrete time signals. And these two transforms, Laplace and Z transforms, are for the designing purpose. For the designing. Fourier series and Fourier transform is for analysis purpose. Laplace transform and Z transform is for the designing purpose. With the design, the transfer functions can be obtained. With that, the stability of the system can be observed. Next, existence of Fourier series. Existence of Fourier series, which is given by Dirichlet. Those are called Dirichlet conditions. Even periodic, these Dirichlet conditions must be satisfied. If these conditions fail, the Fourier series expansion is not possible. In the next video, I will tell you clearly about the Dirichlet conditions. Again, move back to the statement which I have given you. And the second term is harmonic, which is a new term to you. And the second term is harmonic. To understand harmonic, we have to understand frequency first. Frequency. What is the definition of frequency? The number of cycles per second is the frequency. Consider a sinusoidal signal here and it is completing one full cycle. How much the time taken by the signal is called fundamental time period. Then in t seconds, one cycle has finished. One cycle has finished. In 1 second, how many number of cycles has finished means 1 by t cycles. So that is the frequency. F is equal to 1 by t. Now let us learn the meaning of harmonics. Let us take one example. X of t is equal to 2 sin omega naught t plus sin 2 omega naught t plus sin 3 omega naught t and so on. Here the first term is only concentrate on the frequency. The first term is original signal or first harmonic, which is a fundamental frequency. And the second term is integer multiples of frequency. Integral multiples of fundamental frequency. 2 into omega naught. Omega naught is the original fundamental frequency multiplied by one integral multiple. And even the third term is also omega naught is the original frequency multiplied by 3 means integral multiple. And these two are called harmonics. These are called harmonics. And the first one is the first harmonic or fundamental frequency. And the harmonics are integral multiple of fundamental frequency. Whenever you have integral multiple of frequency, such are called harmonics. Depending on integral multiples, even and odd harmonics will be there. Even, if it is multiplied by the even number, then such harmonic is called even harmonic. If it is multiplied by odd integer, then such harmonic is called odd harmonic. And now third harmonic coefficient is 7. Second harmonic coefficient is 1. So number 7 is greater than 1, right? So the effect of third harmonic is more than effect of second harmonic. We can call it as. Next, third term is orthogonal. Already you have seen this word in the first unit itself. We have checked the orthogonality between the two vectors and between the two signals because the signals follows the analogy of vectors. When two signals can be orthogonal means they are perpendicular to each other, or integral over some time duration x1 of t multiplied by another signal x2 of t gives the result 0 means then those two signals are called orthogonal signals. And you will have DC component, either the harmonics. You know harmonics means sine waves, cosine waves, or sometimes it can be DC plus cosine or DC plus sine. So this set comes under orthogonal. Now Fourier series is also used to calculate the power and phase content of a particular harmonic present in the expansion. For all the harmonics, we can find the power in the harmonic and phase of the harmonic. That is easy by using the Fourier series concept. Various Fourier series methods are there, such as trigonometric Fourier series, complex exponential Fourier series, polar or harmonic Fourier series. Among these, second one is the most important. For the easy analysis, we can opt this second one, and the third one is not that much important, and in the present syllabus we are not concentrating on the third one. Already I said that all the Fourier series is applicable to only periodic signals. Even the signal is periodic, sometimes we cannot obtain the Fourier series expansion. Even the signal is periodic, but we cannot obtain the Fourier series expansion. For that, it has to follow some conditions. A French scientist, Dirichlet, has given those conditions. 3 conditions he has given. Even the signal is periodic. If it satisfies these 3 conditions only, the Fourier series expansion is possible. If any one of the conditions is failed, you cannot obtain the Fourier series, though it is a periodic signal. Condition number 1. Signal should have finite number of minima and maxima over the range of time period. The signal should have finite number of maximas and minimas. Let us go with one example. Here, I have considered a triangular signal which is periodic. Periodic means the same structure is repeating with some time period. Here 0 to T0, then T0 after T0 to 2T0. So the same triangular shape is repeating. So 0 to T0 is a time period. Here T0 is a time period. Now observe only for one range of time period. Here I am observing 0 to T0 time period. Here how many number of maximas are there? Between 0 to T0, the maxima means maximum value. Only one maxima. Only one maxima is there. Finite. One is finite. And minima means minimum value over the amplitude range. Minimum value. Consider between T0 by 2 to 3T0 by 2. This is also a time period because regular shape, same structure is repeating. In this, only one minima. Okay. So, this signal having finite number of maximas and minimas. So, consider the other example here. So, even this signal is also periodic. Observe clearly, the same structure is repeating. Even it is periodic, but I cannot confirm at this stage the Fourier series expansion is possible, because within this range, in this range, one maxima, second maxima, third maxima, like that. So not finite number of maximas are there. It may be infinite also. Infinite number of maximas are there, and even the infinite number of minimas are there. The signal is repeating itself. I cannot draw clearly here. So the signal is repeating here with the infinite number of maximas or minimas. Condition number 2. Signal should have finite number of discontinuities over the range of time period. So let us check with the example. Now consider one rectangular shape of a signal or one square wave. Here it is also periodic with the time period T0. And observe the number of discontinuities here. Discontinuity means change in the amplitude. At 0 the amplitude is changing from 0 to 1. So here one discontinuity. Then again 1 to 0 here. So this is the second discontinuity. And here again at T0 changing from 0 to 1 again. So this is the third discontinuity. Over the time period, finite number of discontinuities are there for the left side signal. For the left side signal, even it is periodic and it is following the Dirichlet condition number 2. Then we can obtain the Fourier series expansion. Now observe for the right side signal, even the same structure is repeating. So it is also periodic, but observe it is not following the finite number of discontinuities. For example, here width is WH and again the width is reduced and height is also reduced. Even here also width reduced, height reduced. So like that, it is not following the finite discontinuity. N number of discontinuities are there. As the signal is changing in the amplitude n number of times. That is why even the signal is periodic, but it is not for finite number of discontinuities. That's why we cannot obtain the Fourier series expansion for this. Now condition number 3, signal should have absolutely integrable over the range of time period. The signal should be absolutely integrable. Already you know the concept of energy and power. Power signals, energy and power signals. I told you clearly that all the periodic signals are power signals. All the periodic signals are power signals. Okay, that is about power. And energy signal is, the energy signal must be absolutely integrable. Means integral over minus infinity to infinity mod x of t dt should be less than infinity, I told you. So that means area. Integration means area. Area should be less than infinity, means some finite value. Less than infinity meaning is finite value. But here opposite. All the periodic signal cannot be energy signal, but even the energy signal is also absolutely integrable. Even the statement is also I am giving you absolutely integrable. Observe only one difference is here energy signal range is total. Over the total range minus infinity to infinity. But power signal range is over some period only. You are calculating over the range of time period only. At that time it should be absolutely integrable. Now consider the example left side. So the time period is T0. T0, calculate the area. Integral over 0 to T0. The value is A dt. By doing the integration you can obtain A T0 by 2, which is finite. Now consider the right side example, which is a tan theta signal. Tan theta signal 0 and it is pi by 2, tan pi by 2 value infinity, tan minus pi by 2 value infinity. Here area over the time period is, and this signal is also periodic following the same structure, but as it is approaching to infinity means area calculated is also infinity over the time period. Over the time period the area we calculate is also will get infinity because the amplitude is reaching to infinity. So which is not absolutely integrable.